how much of what is said off the air can you use on the air? Because a lot of times some of the best stuff comes up when you're not on camera, where you're just sitting around talking.
I think there's some that is shared, and I don't. The way it works is a lot of times, hey, like we were talking in the green room about blah blah blah, yeah, and so I don't know if anybody was really intending for that to be used, but I think apparently anytime you step into the studio or into the arena, if you say it, even in confidence, there's a good chance it will show up on the air.
I remember Football Night in America. Tony Dungy would say a lot of things off the air that were really interesting. And I was like, Tony, when you put on a microphone, when you're in my vicinity, I feel like it's fair game when you're saying things unless you tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
But Tony is not Shaq and Charles with their comments, though.
No, it's if once you've put a tie on, it's all out there. And so if you show up, if you have a jacket on, what you say might be used. But and those guys aren't shy about that. And a lot of times that does give you an insight into, you know, because like Chuck was yelling every time San Antonio missed a three the other night in the green room there. That's 8 of them. And so that's going to be used, even though it's not technically on the air right then.
The Taylor Swift photos, they like to say, went viral, Ernie. How did that happen?
That is what the kids say, isn't it?
They
Dan?
do. And maybe the grandkids say that as well.
Oh, see, here's the deal. And see, I still have this feeling that if there's an opportunity like that, and I'd never met Taylor Swift, but I knew she was going to be at the game. And I said, man, I need to get a picture with her because the grandkids will love it. I've got 5 grandkids. And my kids, like my daughters, like Carmen and Maggie and my daughter-in-law Quinn, have all gone to see her. So they're all Swifties. So for me to go up to her and say, hey, Ernie Johnson inside the NBA, it's like, but there was like a light of recognition in her eye. Like, yeah, like Travis watches this all the time, and Travis has been on the pod. So I said, hey, look, you just got to make me the coolest grandpa of all time. Would you take a picture with me? And she was great, you know, and then I got the picture, and then I just waited for the thread on my texts with the kids to just take on a life of their own. So it was really it's a cool moment. I was glad I could do that for them.
And then the Wu-Tang Clan, you got a picture with them as well.
Well, and see, last year they asked me to do the voiceover announcing their tour, which surprised me, Dan, as it probably surprised you as well. But I said, sure, I'd be honored to do that. So I did, and then here I see, oh, they're going to be on at half, and I go out there, and we're all just, and it's like I was part of the clan.
You know all the lyrics, don't you?
Dollar dollar bill, y'all.
He is Ernie Johnson. He'll be with Charles and Shaq and Kenny. No Draymond Green coming up on Saturday. It feels like every other week, maybe every month, I say, I'd never seen that before. Or when you think you've seen everything, and we had that on Wednesday night. How do you compartmentalize that to go, what just happened?
I mean, I didn't really know what had just happened. That's why I kind of asked the guys, what did we just see here? But it was surreal. And you know, to see a professional crowd like that where nobody wants to move, they just want to sit there and celebrate and just dance. And that's like the aftermath, but to watch the whole thing unravel in front of your eyes is kind of amazing to see New York come back like that. But okay, so we saw him do that against Cleveland in game 1, 22 down with 7.5 minutes left. And I was thinking as we were watching this fourth quarter, I said, this is a lot more manageable than that Cleveland game was at this point, even though the number was huge, the 29. Every time they started reeling them in, he got it under 20. It's under 15. Uh-oh, it's 10. And this is a game. And there's plenty of time left. So it was an amazing thing to watch. And And Dan, you know this if you're doing a show from a set, like there's one at Madison Square Garden where we do halftime that's 5 miles high. But when you're sitting on stools at center court of the Garden, when this has just happened, I mean, it's just, you're just trying to just look around, make sure that you see everything that's going on and enjoy all of that. It was surreal. And I was thinking, as I add to the world's longest answer, I was thinking of moments that I had that were similar for me in just these 37 years I've been around Turner, and I'm thinking, I was at the British Open. I was calling Jack's final round at the British Open, as he's not going to make the cut, and you watch from your tower as the streets suddenly and gradually become filled with all these golf fanatics. So when Jack comes to the 18th at the old course, I mean, the scene was unbelievable. That was one of those, like, wow, I haven't seen that before. I saw Dan Jansen win an Olympic gold medal in Norway in front of all these flag-waving Norwegians, and his story had been so dramatic, and there wasn't a dry eye in the arena when it happened. And Raul Ibanez hit the 2 home runs against the Orioles, and I was fortunate enough to be calling that. In fact, when you have CC on, that might be something you would ask him, because he was on that Yankee team, and that mayhem that was at Yankee Stadium that night. So there were these certain things that just stand out that are, man, they're goosebump moments, and you never forget them.
Anything come close to your father's call of Hank Aaron's 715?
Well, no. That was on just a personal note, and that's a very good one to bring up, because that was special. But my dad didn't call 715. He called 714 on the radio, because it was a radio TV thing. But 715 was called by Milo Hamilton, my dad's colleague back then.
Oh, okay.
Well, my dad did call 5, 6, and 700, which was awesome. Those are really.
Were you at the game with 715?
Yes. Yes, I was. That was an awesome. That was tremendous. That was just one of those. You knew it was going to happen eventually, Dan, but when you see that moment and you see like Bill Buckner scaling the wall, trying to, you never forget all the details. And Craig Sager with that trench coat at home plate, with the same haircut he's had in his entire year, and that network wish coat that he's got on, and he's sticking the mic in there. I think it looks like a Radio Shack thing he's got in there. Hey, Henry.
I feel bad that these guys are so big, literally so big, with Shaq and Charles on the set, that it looks like your feet are kind of dangling. They don't get to touch the floor while Shaq and Charles are kind of enveloping their seats there. So your stage manager maybe needs to help you a little bit there.
Well, they're actually resting on a part of the chair. They're not actually dangling, but I do feel somewhat like I'm being. I can't wait till they invite me to the grown-up table. Those guys look like they're having a lot of fun. Maybe I'll get to sit over there. But they're huge. That's one of the times. Like anytime you're sitting next to Shaq, it's, Dan, I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not just. But next to him, I look like a child, and so they put me at the. In fact, let's lower Ernie's chair a little bit to make it a little more profound.
You're sneaky tall at 6'2".
You're sneaky tall.
Yeah,
Excellent
sneaky.
way to put that.
I'm, the physicality. I know that we look at it sometimes, whether you're old school and you go, this is nothing. I remember back in our day, but the new NBA, maybe, like, is this physical for the new NBA as opposed to what we saw in the 80s and 90s?
I don't know. I'm not out there with these guys. I don't know, but when you watch it, it's like, yeah, that I guess that's physical to an extent, but it's not like, you know, the stuff we saw now. I mean, and again, the stuff we used to see, if we saw it now, guys would be suspended for 4 years. I'm sorry, you're not playing in that game, and you must leave the state. It's like it's amazing. So no, I think there is a physical nature to it, but you don't see. The stuff we used to see was just blatant. Hey, no, I'm not only am I going to contest this, I'm going to knock you into the third row, and then you're going to dust yourself off, and we're going to keep playing. No, it's physical. I get it's all in. This game was more physical than that game, or these guys came out with more aggression than that game. But yeah, I don't get tied up in all of that.
You've won a lot of sports Emmys. Do you have one nearby in your office?
I do, but my office at home. I do, but that's neither here nor there. Why? What?
I'm just curious. Like when I have Costas on, he has a room.
Mm-hmm.
He has an Emmy room.
Hello.
Yeah, go get it. Yeah, here we go. Ernie Johnson inside the NBA. Charles, Shaq, Kenny Smith. No Draymond Green coming up on Saturday night. He's probably deciding which sports Emmy that he would like to show. Oh, there you go. That looks like a fresh one, Ernie.
Let's see. I don't know. That's a 2015. I don't know. Yes, but your question was?
I'm just curious where they were, if they were close by. Like, Costas, when I interview him, it's right there. He's basically saying, look at me, you're a loser.
So I've got them up here. I've got this big bookcase thing and the TV there where I watch the games. And so they are sprinkled around the bookshelves there.
All right. Yeah.
But always one within easy reaching distance for moments like this.
Costas hands them out for Halloween. I mean, that's
they're doorstops.
Have fun in San Antonio as only you can.
I hate packing, Dan, by the way. I hate packing. I just finished doing that this morning.
Don't you have somebody who brings a suit to San Antonio for you?
No, I bring all my stuff, and then I bring my office basically in a carry-on with a printer and all that stuff. And so I hate packing. But so the journey, the destination is great. The journey can be a little taxing. You can write that down because it's pretty profound.
I mean, hold on. Maybe I can win a sports Emmy. The destination.
I don't know. I don't remember what I said.
The journey.
The journey is the journey leads to the destination.
You like the destination. You don't like the journey.
Yeah, and when the journey involves packing for 3 cities, yes, or 3 trips.
Are you packing to go to New York as well?
Yes, I'm packing for 7 games.
Okay.
Knowing all along that it might be just one more game, and it might be all this packing for nothing, or that I actually needed it.
Whatever I always found.
And I got to make room for this.
You taking the sports Emmy?
It's always an issue. Very tough getting through TSA.
Well, good luck in packing.
Thanks.
And thanks for joining us as always.
I love talking to you, Dan. I always do. It's always a pleasure, man.